This next question comes from the public through the Bipartisan Open Debate Coalition's online forum, where Americans submitted questions that generated millions of votes.
The Bipartisan Open Debate Coalition got millions of votes on questions to ask here.
Partnering with the Open Debate Coalition, a group dedicated to making debates better represent the people.
And two of the candidates seeking Marco Rubio's Senate seat in November are squaring off tonight in an open debate in Orlando.
Going head-to-head in an open debate.
The showdown is considered an open debate, meaning the public can submit questions and vote on which they want answered the most.
The two candidates will answer questions from the public, which will submit questions online.
If you want to weigh in on this, you have until Monday at noon to log on to the FloridaOpenDebate.com.
In a historic first, tonight's debate will feature the top questions posed and rated by more than 120,000 voters.
And the first time, moderators will be taking questions from the internet.
It's the Open Debate Coalition. It's a left-right group led by the PCCC and Americans for Tax Reform and Grover Norquist. And groups on the left and the right have come together. Over 1.6 million votes have been cast at presidentialopenquestions.com.
And at presidentialopenquestions.com, we literally minutes ago hit 3 million votes.
There was a group called Presidential Open Debates. They had over 4 million people vote for their questions.
And moderators will be looking at the top 30 as they choose the ones from the internet.
In past debates, you know what the moderator thinks is important, but you don't know whether anybody else in the United States, anywhere, cares about that issue.
These are our debates as the people.
Voters should have a say in what's talked about in the debate.
What the average American voter wants to hear about is the issues that they talk about around the dinner table.
They're sick and tired of a gotcha-style reality TV political debate.
No more talk about polling, no more talk about who said what about whom last week.
It was a big thing for them to commit to considering the top 30 questions at presidentialopenquestions.com. Things that have risen to the top include questions on both sides of the gun issues. One from the father of a shooting victim talking about gun safety. One that's been supported by the NRA about Second Amendment rights. There are questions about Social Security, about trade, about student debt issues.
Sophie's question on the site, which was what happens to me if my parents get deported, garnered over 37,000 votes.
The communities we represent know what it's like to be denied the right to participate in our democracy.
We have a major coalition behind us that span the gamut from the National Organization for Women all the way over to the Faith and Freedom Coalition.
It's been amazing how groups as diverse as the NAACP, the NRA, and NARAL have been involved in this process, as well as the Young Republicans, Young Democrats.
The members of the Open Debate Coalition don't necessarily agree on every issue, but we do agree on one core principle, that political debates must better represent the will of the people. And what that means is asking candidates top questions voted on by the people instead of silly gotcha questions.
John would like to know, what will you do about the skyrocketing price of prescription drugs?
Paul D. from here in the Granite State, he writes and asks, what will you do to end the veteran's suicide?
How are you going to create a viable campaign finance system that people can trust?
Climate change.
Paid family and medical leave.
Abolishing private prisons. Social Security and Medicare.
Renewable energy.
The woman's right to choose.
JC from Merrimack wants to know,
is the state doing enough to help people in recovery who have criminal records because of drug addiction get back into the workforce?
This next question comes from the Bipartisan Open Debate Coalition's online forum. 2 from Virginia asks, is it acceptable for a politician to have a private stance on issues?
The Bipartisan Open Debate Coalition got millions of votes on questions to ask here, and this was, in fact, one of the top questions that they got. How will you ensure the Second Amendment is protected?